Hello there, and welcome to my channel, Novice Modelling in a Midlife Crisis. Andy, the Novice Modeller here, and today we're doing a slightly different video to what we normally do, where we have a look at some nice model kits from my stash, and we've decided to pull out this god-awful thing, entitled, "Is this the worst model kit ever?" Question mark. And this is my Starfix 1/72 scale Douglas A-4F Skyhawk 70907, which, as you can see, I picked up from Age UK charity shop for £3.99, which I can tell you is decidedly overpriced at that, and I'm most vexed. Now, I say returning to a subject that we haven't covered for a while, because I've actually built one of these before, these Starfix kits. It was this one, the P51D Mustang, and we built this on March the 17th 2024, so this is like 15 months ago. My skills as a modeler have not really greatly improved since then, it might be worth adding, and I produced this terrible, hideous thing. The undercarriage on it collapsed almost immediately, and we ended up using it as a sort of trial for investigating the differences between matte, satin and gloss varnishes on an aircraft. So it proved quite useful. For those of you that are wondering why there's a Black & Decker sander off to the right here, during the what's in the box kit review for this and the build, we actually attacked it with the Black & Decker sander because it had some quite nasty imperfections, and not having any of the correct tools at the time, it was the only thing that I had to hand. That's a lie. I actually just wanted to attack it with the Black & Decker sander. It was that bad. So where did we start with this? You're going to have to bear with me. There's a bit of a tale that goes with all this nonsense. We started off our look at slightly odd and inferior kits, we might say, with the Ventura Mark 22 back on March the 6th, 2024, which produced this thing here. And I called this a terrible kit as well, and I had a lot of people quite rightly, I think, vilify me in the comment section, telling me about how wonderful Malcolm Laird and his Ventura kits were from the 90s, produced in New Zealand in his garage. And since then, we've discovered the error of our ways somewhat, and we've actually got around about 22 Ventura kits in our stash, because we kind of like them now. They're incredibly hard to make and incredibly perplexing, but they're kind of fun as well. We've also kind of dipped into a couple of other ones as well. We did this this Testers Spitfire, which is actually an old Hawk reboxing from the States. And I managed to throw this one together in 1 minute and 35 seconds, I think it was. Obviously, the paint job took a little bit longer. So again, we kind of do things a little bit differently on this channel if you haven't tuned in before. But again, to prove a point that you can actually make a half-decent model out of these sort of things. We've also had to go at this PZL P23A Karas by Roush, made in Poland, originally from around about 1958, I think it is. I've actually got 4 of these, so I'll show you what it looks like in the box. It's pretty awful looking. But I endeavoured with this one, I did my best, and I turned this thing out here, which turned out quite nicely, I think. So anyway, where are we going with this Starfix? This Starfix Skyhawk we're going to be building tomorrow, on Friday. I'm kind of envisaging it might be a bit of a Friday night frightener, because I've had a quick look at it already and it's not very pretty. But we're going to do our best with it. We're also going to be having another Sunday equals fun day build on Sunday, where last week we built our Airfix Angel Interceptor from Captain Scarlet, the Jerry Anderson puppet series from the 1960s, and we built that in a day and painted it in a day. So obviously I can kind of build these things to a basic standard now. Anyway, we're going to be building that one on Sunday in one day. That's the plan. And we're going to build this thing on Friday, and we're going to paint it exactly the same colour as the Airfix one, and we'll have a look at the differences when they're built then as well. Jeez. Right, okay, so back to this kit review. So if you want a quick look at the box, there we go, that is a Starfix kit. This tooling, was originally from 1968, so it's quite old, and we shouldn't expect too much from it. Yeah. It had a reboxing in 1960. In 1970. In 1973, Hella decided to produce this kit in their own box. Okay. And in 1991, this boxing came out. I am reliably informed that this could quite easily be picked up in the States in the 80s and 90s for 99 cents. That's how good it is. Okay, so let's have a look at this thing. We've got the fuselage here. And the form looks okay, I suppose. Let's just get this light down a bit better so you can see. It's got some very, very heavy rivet marks on it, which look quite unsightly. And I don't know. Maybe we should get the. It's got sand in it. Maybe we should get the sander on these rivet marks, because quite frankly, some of them look like they've been applied by somebody that's had a little bit too much on a Friday night. That might be a possibility. I mean, there's not really an awful lot of detail on here. The rudder on the tail kind of has a sort of vagueness to it and kind of runs out at the back as well. There isn't really any panel lines or any sort of access points for anything going on. There's no detail on the inside, but it kind of looks about right, I suppose. So with a bit of action, we might be able to do something with it. Same sort of issues on the other side. We've got a whole load of weirdness going on here where obviously the hinges are supposed to be for the rudder. It kind of looks like somebody's scratched the detail on with a Stanley knife. It fades out again there. We've got these absolutely horrid looking rivet marks, which again are sort of very wonky. And yeah, I can't say anything better than that about it. We've got the tail here, devoid of any detail, but I'm sure it's probably pretty plain anyway. Got a couple of wheels where the holes don't appear to be central, and the interior of the wheel doesn't even appear to be central either. Bit of flash, probably doors for the undercarriage mountings, I would have thought. We've got the outboard and outboard undercarriage struts here, which completely failed on my P51 Mustang. That looks like the refueling probe, I think. Oh no, the refueling probe is on there. So I'm not sure. That's going to be the tail hook, isn't it, for the carrier-borne arrestor wire. Probably a couple of guns. Now we've got a pilot, and I'm trying to get this into focus because I've had a look at it, and God, this is the ugliest pilot I've ever seen. I mean, just get it in there. Can you see? It looks like a parrot, or someone's attacked it with an axe or something. I don't know. It's horrible. I know, it's just awful. And hooray, comedy! Look at that. No, I didn't just stick that there. The guy has got a yeah, okay. We've got a. I've only just noticed that. It's hilarious. We've got a seat. I never noticed that before when I was looking at it. That's hilarious. I hope there's no children watching. Sorry, I had to contain myself there. I've completely lost track of myself now. We got the cockpit canopy, which has got an indentation in it because somebody's had a go at it with a hammer. We've got another random piece of something. Don't know what that is. Our wings look. It was the wings that were the problem on the P51 Mustang. There was a horrible blemish all over the place. Not going to say what that looked like, but these look all right. These are the top surfaces, incidentally. They look okay. These are the bottom surfaces. Very vague ailerons. I mean, I'm not sure. They go around the edge there, don't they? A whole load of injector pin markings. We've got to spot the name right. Yeah. Not sure, these I think these are drop fuel tanks. Correct me if I'm wrong. I normally am. There's our fuel refueling probe. We've got the front undercarriage. I'm still thinking about that pilot. Jesus. And we got some other bits. I mean, Look at that. One of the funniest parts, apart from that pilot, are the decals, which are kind of different. You put this in water allegedly for 5 minutes, and then you go like that, and something happens. I can confirm that when I tried them on this one, absolutely nothing happened. So although it's going to be painted the same colour as our Airfix, unless there's any bonus markings on that, I don't anticipate having much success with these. So let's have a look at the painting diagram, and let's just take this out so you can get a better look. And there we go. Kind of dirty looking, grubby looking old Skyhawk. Yeah, sure we can do a better job than that. Doesn't even look very nice on the box, I must admit. Looks like they had someone like me paint it when I wasn't 6 months ago. So anyway, so what have we learned? We've learned that vintage retro kits are fun to look at, because it's just comedy. That is comedy. That's hilarious. Let's have a look at these instructions. Okay, so we start off with the wings, which is kind of unusual. Put the wings in, put the wings together, put the guns on, put the exterior fuel tanks, put our comedy pilot in his seat. Put the wings together to the fuselage, put our pilot in, and put the cockpit on, and then put the undercarriage on, and the fuel probe, and whatever this thing is here. And bish bash bosh, we'll have something that looks like that. And no doubt decidedly worse than what the sort of 2012 Airfix will turn out like, one hopes. So yeah, I didn't get the Black & Decker out. It might come out in the build video, because I really don't like these things. I'm just itching to just attack this with the Black & Decker, just for comedy value more than anything else, because although these things are interesting, I only paid $3.99 for it. I don't want to damage that pilot with this huge whatever. Oh dear. Yeah. Yeah, I'm back again now. Yeah, so we'll probably attack it with the Black & Decker, and hopefully I won't get as many complaints as I did last time, because, you know, obviously you've got to have a sense of humour about these things, haven't you? So thanks very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe. As I said, I'll be building this on Friday evening, so I'll probably put a build video up for it on Saturday morning, and it'll be painted at the same time as the Airfix, because that just makes perfect sense to me to paint them both at the same time. And we'll be doing the Airfix as a Sunday equals fun day build, all day Sunday, with updates and videos throughout the day. So hope you decide to join us for some more fun with this Skyhawk. Thanks very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and as always, be seeing you. Oh, by the way, there'll be a link to the original what's in the box kit review for the Mustang here around about now, and I hope you all have a really good laugh at the figure, because I think it's hilarious. Ta-ra!